What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I am going to be talking about why politics are BS for men. And I already know that this is going to be a super controversial video, but before you go to the comments section and start typing out, "Brandon, you're so wrong about this one," I want you to hear me out and listen to my points. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because recent events that have transpired have inspired a lot of younger people to start getting more involved in politics. And I want to come to you and place before you the truth. That is, 90% of politics are total and utter garbage. Information that you don't need to know, rage baiting, getting you to hate humans and human civilization. This is something that you need to understand. If you're a young man that's considering, I'm going to go start getting more involved. I'm going to get into the whole political sphere. I'm going to start, affiliating myself with a certain party. Maybe you're finally going to start voting. Maybe you're becoming more of an activist. I need you to understand these things. 90% of it is awful. It's completely useless. Like I said, it's rage baiting, garbage information that's making you hate other people. I have seen other people fall into this trap. I myself have fallen into this trap at one point, where I was obsessed with current events. I was obsessed with knowing what was going on, and I would look at other people that didn't know what was going on, and I would say, how in the world can you live with yourself? You need to go and you need to know what's going on around the world at all times so that you can have an opinion about it. Here's the truth. 10% of politics is actually valuable information. 10% of politics is actually affecting your life. 10% is actually stuff that you should need to know. And the proof is in the pudding, because most people don't get involved with politics for this 10% of information that they should actually know. They get involved for the other 90%. The rage baiting, the garbage, the muck. And this is clearly shown in where people tend to put most of their focus. Do they focus mainly on the state politics, on the state government, or do they focus on the federal government? Which one of those affects your life more? Spoiler alert, it's the state government. It's the state politics. But that's not where most people tend to spend their energy. Inside of the state, things are going to get changed around that are actually going to affect your day-to-day life. But most people love to spend most of their time focusing on the federal, on the bigger picture, which is much more inflammatory. This 10% of politics that is actually valuable information has way more to do with voting based off of your morals and your principles, and living out your morals and your principles. Your morals and your principles should guide the way. This is not where people spend their time, energy, and effort. They love getting caught up in the drama. Because what I need you to understand is that 90% of politics is like watching Love Island. It's useless. It's garbage. Would you watch Love Island to try to better understand the current dating landscape? To try to get a better handle on that? Of course not! Of course you wouldn't. Why is that? Well, it's because the amount of shit that you are getting is not worth the return. What you learn. You may be learning, what are toxic girls like? What do toxic relationships look like? So now I can go out and avoid them. Is learning what a toxic relationship looks like in order to try to avoid it worth the amount of muck that you consume watching a TV show like Love Island? No, of course not. And it's the same exact thing with politics. The current political landscape is designed to get men thinking with their emotions. A man that leads with his emotions is weak. I talk about that all the time. And conservatives will think, oh, we are the rational party. Facts over feelings. We keep it together. We're not like the liberals who think with their emotions. And then they go online just to get rage baited into acting and thinking with their emotions. The truth is, 90% of both sides are good people that want what is best. And if you don't believe this, you have lost the script, my friend. If you have been brainwashed into thinking that everybody on the other side should be hated, everybody on the other side, they're terrible people, you've been brainwashed. You need to take a step back. Focusing time, energy, and effort to argue with a shit ton of people that have different values than you and different morals than you, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time, energy, and effort. These debates that people are having, it's not creating converts. It's creating conflict. It's divisive. It's separating people. You getting more involved in politics isn't to help the world out. It's to create more division. If you are getting involved with this 90% that is garbage and muck, focus on your morals and your values. Let those be the foundation that you interact with the world. Now, I didn't know Charlie Kirk very well. I didn't watch any of his content. But many people close to him have reported this. They said that he used to be all about politics until he got married. And when he got married, he started putting his faith first. He started putting his faith in front of his politics. He started leading with his values. And this is how it should be for all of us. This 90% of politics makes you hate people. Ask yourself, after you consume a piece of content, after you watch something, after you listen to a podcast, think, did this video make me hate people more or make me love people? And if it's rage baiting you, it is bad. If it's making you hate people, it is bad. It is useless. If it is making you love people more, if it is making you to want to change people in order to help them, then it's good. How are you supposed to love people like we are called to as Christians? How are you supposed to change people? How are you supposed to save them if you hate them? If you are somebody that is down on humanity, if you are somebody that is constantly focusing on the muck that is in human civilization and highlighting the aspects of human civilization that are disgusting and wretched and that show our brokenness, I have found this. Most politics are people distracting themselves with hating other people because they know that if that hatred doesn't go elsewhere, it will go inwards towards themselves. The people that spend the most time hating on others actually hate themselves, which is why I really want to encourage you to go inward, to focus this energy inward. Ask yourself, what are my values? What are my principles? How do I let those dictate my life? And how do I let those dictate my communication with other people? Become a man of principle. Don't concern yourself with the things that don't affect you. The things that you can't change, the things that you don't have power over. 62 people are murdered every single day in the United States. Are you going to go through and mourn for each one of them individually? Are you going to spend your time and effort doing that? Are you going to go mourn for every single person that unalives themselves in the United States? Are you going to go put your time, energy, and effort into all of the wrong that is happening throughout the entire world when you don't have the ability to control it? No. Focus that energy inward. One of Jordan Peterson's 12 rules for life say this: get your own house in order before going out into the world and seeking to change it. Most people hate themselves. And so they go out into the world and they like focusing on this muck, highlighting the muck that is everyone else except for themselves. They get caught getting rage baited, getting wrapped up in their emotions. I want you to guard your energy. I want you to be very careful with how you progress through life, giving energy to the meaningless and the wretched and the disgusting aspects that should not be dwelt on, especially when you cannot control the outcome. Politics, 90% of the time, it's an energy vampire. And it's not improving the quality of your life. Understand that. Avoid getting wrapped up in this. Trust me, your life will dramatically improve when you start focusing on yourself first, going inwards first, fixing your own principles, fixing your own morals, fixing your own values, fighting your own vices before going out into the world and pointing fingers and getting emotional and getting angry and starting to hate other humans. And as a man, you need to be incredibly cautious with where you put your energy. The whole point of this channel is to improve you, the person watching this. That's why I make these videos. It's for you, so you can go inward and work on yourself. So go do that. Make sure to drop a like on the video. Drop a comment down below. Drop a singular thumbs up in the comment section if you watched all the way through this video till the end, because if you did, you've got an attention span of steel, my friend. And I want to give you props for that. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.